180.
Welcome back to Online Darts. We are here in Leicester for Armageddon and we've got Phil Taylor.
Thank
Phil,
you.
you've just done the meet and greet. What a credible event this Armageddon is turning into.
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? I'm looking forward to watching some of the darts tonight. It'll be good. I mean, they're all matey, but when the darts starts, they'll all be trying to win, obviously.
For an exhibition, 2,000 people. That's almost unheard of, isn't it?
It's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah. Really. The organisers have done fantastic. They really have.
Did you ever think we'd see exhibitions pulling in this amount of people back in the day? Because it's crazy, isn't it?
No. When I first started, I mean, Eric and John were doing working men's clubs, which, wherever they hold, maybe some maybe 1,000 people, but that would have been it. I mean, we used to fill clubs, so that was probably 500 or 600 people in them days.
And the players that are involved here, obviously you doing your meet and greet and your interviews now and so on, but you've got Fallon, Bo, Luke.
Yeah.
It's a real mix, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a good night to dart. It's great, and it's a chance as well. Like the lads are out there now who have just come back, signing things and meeting people, because it's a sport where you can meet the people, meet the players.
It's just a nice thing, because when you were playing professionally, you couldn't do like these meet and greets and so on as much. So is it nice to give back to the fans? And
I think so. Yeah. A chance for people to meet you, get an autograph, have a photograph, always a selfie. Can I have a selfie? You know what I mean? That will be on my gravestone when I die. Can I have a selfie? That's it. I'm having that one.
That and our Phil was the other one as well, wasn't it? People brand the Stoke
Phil.
our Phil, yeah.
Yeah, get that a lot.
Look,
you know who that is? Tower Phil.
Look, Luke and Luke still out there signing, and they had an incredible game last night. If they can do that on the stage again tonight, these people are in for a real treat.
I got all the predictions right as well.
Did you?
You'd be first four, and they got the overall winner, and they boosted it up to 14-1, and they didn't have a bet.
Oh.
So, but never mind.
The Premier League's almost finished. What have you made of this year's Premier League?
Interesting. I think it's very tiring. The format. I think they do need to look at it now. It's getting a bit. It needs revamping. That's what I think. A lot of the players are not enjoying it, and you can tell. So revamp it now.
Well, you're not the only one to say that. And the pressure. What's it like on a player? Look, to get yourself up for one big game a night is relatively easy, but to come up, down, is that the hardest thing?
I think so. I mean, I never played that format, so I wouldn't know. I have played that format and other.
That's what I mean. Other tournaments you've played.
It's difficult. It's difficult. And when I used to win the Wolverhampton one, Grand Slam, that was difficult. But the best thing for me, they had a big settees in the back room, so when I had a break, I could put my head down for 10 minutes and have a little power nap kind of thing.
Luke and Luke are really setting the standards at the moment, and the levels they're producing, and they're bringing the best out of each other, is incredible for the rest of the sport, isn't it?
I think it's great, and not just Luke and Luke. I mean, I love watching Chris Dobie. Great scorer, just misses a few doubles. That's the only thing with Chris's game at the minute. Nathan Aspinall, he's playing superb, absolutely superb. He's won two or three of these Premier Leagues. He's done brilliant, the lad has. It's not just about the two Lukes now. There's other players who are coming after him. So they must stay dedicated, they must stay professional and do the practicing. You know what I mean? Even if you have to just cancel a few exhibitions or don't book as many, but make sure you're fit and healthy and fresh.
Are you surprised that Michael's on the verge of missing out on the playoffs?
No, not really.
Only the second time that he's on the verge of missing out.
Yeah. No, not really. I think he's been struggling a while. Again, the only thing Michael's doing wrong is missing a few doubles. That's the only chink in his armour at the minute, because I think his belief isn't like it was when I was playing. He's just. I think it's just the schedule. He's getting older. He's got a family to think about. So, and he's also enjoying his life a little bit now. He's having holidays and things like that. But the trouble is, it comes back and bites you.
Well, I remember that you were so dedicated, but towards the end of the career, you did that where
I went on holiday. I took a dartboard.
Where you enjoyed life a little, and you said coming back off those holidays to then try and re-practice again was one of the hardest things.
No, I used to take a dartboard.
Did you?
I even went on a cruise, and I took a dartboard. That was hard because the boat's moving. But I still kept my arm going. Well, so what I did with that one, I just threw at the bullseyes. Just keep trying how many, at least 100 balls a day, just to keep your arm going, You can practice for 6 months on the trot. It's like the gym. When you've been to the gym and you can run, say, 5 mile on a treadmill, and then you have a week off, you can't run 5 mile when you get back. You have to build back up to it.
No,
and it's exactly the same. Exactly the same. You have to get yourself back into it. Match fit.
Do you think Michael will rediscover the old Michael, or is it going to be hard for him?
I think it'll be difficult. But he's capable. He knows what he's doing. I mean, he's a clever lad, so he knows what he's doing. So, yeah, you can do it.
We've had massive change.
I did it at 58.
I was going to say, you've done it plenty of times, reinvented yourself, and I'd say that last match play was a special thing.
They're all going to get dips in form. The only thing I would do if I was managing one of the Lukes now, I probably wouldn't do any exhibitions. I'd just stick to tournaments. Because you're getting good, proper practice there. Exhibitions are okay, but they're not really like match practice. And you got to remember, your Ross Smith, who played absolutely superb last week.
Yeah.
You got people like him now, Gaming Price banging 9 darters in. They're all coming after you, so you've got to be fresh and ready for the next tournament.
The landscape in darts has just been completely changed by the new announcement. £1 million for the World Championships, £25 million in prize money for the whole year next year.
I know.
That's a massive statement, isn't it?
It's brilliant, yeah. I mean, the prize money's gone up ever since we first started. I mean, the first time me and Dennis played was 10,000 and 15,000.
Yeah.
Now it's 1 million and probably $500,000 runner-up. So it's great. It really is.
When you heard that news, what was your initial reaction? Because I know Barry's wanted that for so long, but now it's actually happened.
I knew he'd do it. I knew. He told me 15 years ago that he was going to do it. And I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't go up to £2 million for the winner.
Wow.
So I think Barry will keep pushing forward, and he'll get more and more youngsters practicing. Because it is a sport that anybody can do. You know what I mean? You haven't got to be a Linford Christie or a Daley Thompson to play darts. You know what I mean? You can do it any size. I mean, I'm only 5'7.5", and I'm playing people 6'6". You know what I mean? So you can compete.
Darts was always labelled an old man's sport, so to speak.
It's not.
But I was about to say now the demographic has changed, where we're seeing these young, hungry, and they are kids, 12, 13 years old, chomping at the bit to go and play. It's remarkable how it's completely swung around.
Well, it's for me. I mean, I'd jump at the chance. If my kids were young now, and I was just a working class man, I wouldn't want my kids on the streets anymore. It's not the same country as it used to be,
agreed.
in my view anyway. So I would buy them a dartboard. It's also good for their education. It's great for mathematics. So I learnt my 2 grandchildren, my 2 boys, to play darts, and their maths went through the roof. And everything I do now is based on a dartboard. If I said, "Where do you live?" They go, "Number 44, I think, 12/16." And that's how we remember where you live. So it's great. Plus, it gives them something to do. And they'll be walking up and down. I know it's not like playing football on the streets, but the world's changed now.
World Cup's on the horizon, and we're seeing more and more players miss the World Cup now and not playing for their country. Is that something that you'd ever...
No.
Or back in the day, would you ever skip not playing for your country?
No, never.
Does it surprise you that they are?
Another thing surprised me is players missing tournaments and doing exhibition work. That wouldn't happen with me. You know what I mean? I'd fit everything in. Obviously, there's the odd tournament when I was in my 50s that I'd miss. But not when I was young. Never. Never happened.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, and Blackpool is on the horizon now. We can see the tower starting to get a bit bigger. And we know that was your favourite one. I know that you love darts rankings and so on.
Yeah.
I'm watching this little race. Will the players be feeling the pressure now to get to Blackpool, because we know how special that tournament is?
I don't think the players will be thinking about it yet, because there's that much darts to play. There's that many tournaments. So where you'd have, say, a month off, to get ready, they can't do this now. They've got one tournament, and sometimes they're playing on a Thursday, and then Friday morning they've got to be on the other side of Germany. It's very, very difficult. You know what I mean? Very tiring, suitcases. Sometimes you haven't got enough clothes. I used to have 2 suitcases, one of me in the back of my car, ready for when I went to Germany or whatever. That's what you have to do.
Well, Phil, thanks very much
You're
for taking
welcome.
time out to speak to us.
No problem.